Unit 3. The fossils and protecting species from extinction. Lesson 2. Extinction. What's meant by extinction? It is the continuous decrease without compensation in the number of a certain species of living organisms until all members of species die out, or it is the dying out of all members of species of living organisms. The moment of extinction. It is the date of death of the last individual of that species. Using fossils to indicate extinction. Studying the fossil record shows wildlife appeared 570 million years ago. About 98% of organisms, such as dinosaurs, appeared and became extinct before creation of man. The ratio of known living organisms now doesn't exceed 2% of the total species that have appeared since the establishment of planet Earth. Fossils of some fish, reptiles, and birds aren't similar to their living counterparts now. Life witnessed 5 mass extinctions, so we live in the 6th extinction age, or what's called by recent extinction, where the rate of extinction is 40 times larger than the normal rate of extinction. Causes of old or mass extinctions. The first reason for old extinction is meteorite impacts with Earth. The onset of a long glacial age. Finally, emission of poisonous gases from active volcanoes. Causes of recent extinctions. The first cause is destroying natural habitat. Overhunting, environmental pollution, climatic changes, and natural disasters. First, let's talk about destroying natural habitat. The tropical forests include about 1/3 of the wild living organisms, where each tree forms a shelter of more than 300 species of living organisms. Scientists estimate that we lose about 68 species of trees every day. Overhunting. Hunting wild animals with a random, unorganized way which exposed them to extinction. Environmental pollution. Examples of environmental pollution: acidic rains, which destroys the forest trees. Chemical insecticides that break down food chains. Finally, oil leak in oceans and seas, which cause death of marine birds. Climatic changes and natural disasters. First, let's talk about climatic changes such as drought, tornadoes, floods, lightning, torrents, storms, the rising temperature of planet Earth, disasters such as earthquakes, volcanoes, high marine tide such as tsunami waves, the extinct and endangered species. First, let's talk about extinct species. The number of living organisms now is 10 million species. About 138 species becomes extinct every day. Examples of some extinct species in the old times. The most famous example is dinosaur and mammoth. Examples of some extinct species in the recent times. Extinct species: dodo bird, which lived in Indian islands. It became extinct in 1681 in the Indian islands 50 years after man invaded these islands. Causes of extinction. It is an easy target for hunters due to, number one, the reduced size of its wings, so it is a non-flying bird. Its short legs, so it can't run fast. The second extinct species, passenger penguin, which lived in North America. Scientists estimated its number in 1850 by more than billion birds. The last member of its species died in one of the zoos in 1914. Causes of extinction. Cutting the oak and beech trees where they were used to build its nests. Mass hunting. And finally, weak rates of reproduction, where its female lays only one egg each spring. The third extinct species is quagga, which lived in South Africa. It is a mammal which is considered the midway between horse and zebra. The last member of its species was killed in South Africa in 1883. Cause of extinction, continuous hunting. The fourth species is Australian wildcat or Tasmanian cat, which lived in Australia. It is a mammal which has a wolf's head, a dog's tail, a push-like kangaroo, and a striped skin like a tiger. The last member of its species died in Sydney Zoo, Australia in 1936. Cause of extinction, the hunting by peasants, because it preys on sheep and chickens. The fifth extinct species is golden frog. Golden frog has disappeared since May 1989 and has not been seen since this time. Red list. What's meant by a red list? It is a list issued by the International Union for Conservation of Nations, IUCN, every year and includes the endangered species and the endangered level of each case. The endangered species are classified in an ascending order according to the endangered level into three levels, which are VU or vulnerable, EN or endangered, CR or critically endangered. There are about 5,000 endangered species. In 2008, the red list included about 450 endangered species. Examples of some endangered species. Panda bear. It inhabits bamboo forest in northeast China. Cause of endanger. Weak rates of reproduction. Rareness of bamboo plant. Its only food, which doesn't blossom except once every 100 years. The second endangered species is Rhinoceros. Cause of endanger. Its habitat is being transformed into cultivated land, overhunted for using its horn in some medical purposes. The third endangered species is bald eagle. The head of bald eagle is covered with white feathers, which make it look like bald. Cause of endanger. Feeding on fish that contain poisonous matter that is being dumped in lakes and rivers. The fourth endangered species is ibis bird. It disappeared from Aswan, but it is still found in upstream Nile in Africa. It must be imported back and put into protectorates established in the Nile Islands in Aswan. Cause of endanger. Loss of its nests after building the high dam. The final endangered species is papyrus plant. It is an aquatic plant grown in swamps of Upper Nile. Pharaohs used it to manufacture writing papers. Cause of endanger: drying of swamps where they grow. Food chain: it is a path of energy that transmits from a living organism to another in the ecosystem. Effect of extinction on the ecological equilibrium. Ecosystem is classified according to the degree of effect of extinction on it into: number 1, simple ecosystem; number 2, complicated ecosystem. Simple ecosystem: it is an ecosystem that has a few members and it is severely affected by the absence of one of its species. Complicated ecosystem: it is an ecosystem that has multiple members and is not affected much by the absence of one of its species. Ways to protect living organisms from extinction. Number 1, issuing legalizations and rules to organize and control hunting in land, sea, and air. Number 2, increasing awareness about the importance of natural life to sustain the existence of mankind. Number 3, rearing and reproducing the endangered species and sending them back to their native habitats. Number 4, establishing gene banks for much endangered species. Finally, establishing natural protectorates areas. We will talk about only natural protectorates. Natural protectorates are safe areas established to protect endangered species in their homeland. The important world protectorates. Number 1, Bluestone Protectorate. Number 2, Panda Protectorate. Number 3, Ras Muhammad Protectorate. First, Bluestone Protectorate. Its location is in USA. Protected kind, gray bear. Panda Protectorate. Its location is in northeastern China. Protected kinds, panda bear. Ras Muhammad Protectorate. Its location in South Sinai Governorate, Egypt. Protected kinds, rare species of coral reefs and colored fish, and numerous of rare plants and animals. It is the first established protectorate in Egypt in 1983. Note the following. The number of natural protectorates in Egypt reached about 27 protectorates in 2009. Wadi Hitan, part of Wadi Rayyan Protectorate in El Fayoum. It is the best world heritage areas of whales skeletons, where it contains complete whales fossils 40 million years ago. This is the end of lesson 2. Thanks for watching.